about this big initiative that you're a part of called Clean the World. And you know, when you go into a hotel room, you use the soap, you check out the next day, everything is just left. You've used this much shampoo, all that stuff. I actually didn't think much about it, but there's good use for that.
You know, and I want to thank you so much for having me on to talk about this, because I sit on the board of Clean the World, and it was started 4 years ago by a guy who was in his hotel room, traveled 4 nights a week for a technology company, and he looked at this bar of soap he used once, and he thought, what happens to this? So then he called down to the desk and said, what happens to the soap? They said, well, you know, we throw it in the trash. It's been used, even if it's been used once. And then he said, okay. But not only did he wonder and ask, but then he looked at the impact of soap, and 1 in 9 children will die of diseases preventable through soap and hand washing. 2.1 million children a year are killed by diarrhea and pneumonia. You know, and they're the top 2 killers of children around the world, and yet many children don't have access to soap. In our own country, we have a record number of Americans on assistance, and food stamps do not cover soap.
Really? I didn't know.
So there is a need. So what they do is, for a very nominal fee, these hotels that are partners send their soap. At the end of the day, the housekeepers who are cleaning the room and they're not just cleaning a room anymore. They're saving a life. And many of the housekeepers that are from areas in the world, they're sending it back to their homes, in essence. So instead of tossing it away, they throw it in recycled bins. When the bins are full, they get picked up by UPS. They're shipped carbon neutral down to Orlando or Las Vegas to a recycling operations center. All of the soap is thrown into a giant tank, and it gets sanitized, and it gets jiggled all about, and all the nasty hair floats to the top.
We don't want to hear that part.
Do they not scrape it off?
Because now we have this new technology, and it's the sonic boom that cleanses it. So all that gets wiped away, and then that soap is that mix is completely
made
clean.
new again.
Made new again.
Regenerated.
It's ground up, it's reformed, and then it reforms. G's holding one of these great 4-ounce bars of Clean the World soap, and it smells good.
You make recycling soap sound really sexy, I have to tell you. I mean, that's impressive.
Except for that hair part.
What can we do, though?
Well, let me tell you, they've created 60 new jobs down in Orlando and Las Vegas and around the country, whereas people are being part of this recycling process. This kit you have in front of you is called the One Project. Unilever, Hammond, Indiana, 100 employees put together 5,000 kits this week. And what it is, you get everything from Clean the World. It's a very nominal cost. And then you do a team building project, whether it's an organization or a company, and you put these kits together. Then the last thing you do is you add a note of encouragement on the back, because people are getting this. Women that have gone to battered women's shelters, the last thing they're doing is, when they leave their home, taking a bar of soap. And they get there and they can wash. Food pantries, homeless shelters, and what you make in your community stays in your community. Hope House Chicago, Streetwise are all great beneficiaries. So you make these and then you donate them locally.
And our peninsula, our local peninsula is involved.
Hey,
so kudos to them, and kudos to you, Laura. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura. Thanks for stopping by. Good seeing you again. All right, come back and see us soon.
She's going to come back later for After Dark.
Yeah,
that's right.
Pillow Talk.
Pillow Talk. All right, good. All right, well, coming up.